3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Welcome
to Credit Zero!
Credit Zero.
You almost had it, Drew. To After School Arcade's seminal show called
Credit Zero.
Yeah. And you'll be happy to know that this episode, we listened. That's right, we took into account everything that everybody has said.
Every last thing.
Every single thing. So, Doug, we listened to you, and Leslie is out of the podcast.
She gone.
She gone. Don't worry, it's just people that you can believe are males from here on out.
Just the four of us.
And boys. And the good news is, we listened on every single account. It's not just that. For the record, Leslie is actually just doing family stuff, so she's not around right now.
Yeah.
However, we listened on every other thing, so we've listened to all of your feedback, so I am going to be amicable with Drew this entire podcast.
We are best friends now.
Drew, would you please give me an impression of a butternut squash? That's it.
It's the sound of a falling butternut squash.
And we listened. Daryl's got an important announcement.
I do, actually. Do you want me to say it right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did ask,
unquestionably.
Okay, this might derail things a little bit, though.
Derailing on Credit Zero? We listened! Alright, go.
Well, guys,
Here it is. Here it comes.
I've been...
I'm so excited.
So to give a little backstory, I've been with, this podcast for quite a while with this improv group, and, we're all fairly left-leaning liberals.
And the good news is I hate black people now. Where is this going?
and I'm tired. I'm tired of pretending.
What the... Okay.
Are you running for prime minister? What's happening?
Yeah, what's going on here?
I'm switching sides.
Oh no!
Look, gasp.
Yeah.
To the left or to the right?
To the right.
Okay, what are your new politics?
I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. And
You're American?
I am part American, it's true. And I'm tired of you damn liberals making fun of my sensibilities all the time.
We listened, and you were tired. So Daryl is now conservative.
You didn't have an announcement at all, did you?
No, this is my announcement. I'm a Republican now.
What swung you?
What swung me was last episode when I tried to describe NASCAR and you're all like, oh, you're such an idiot, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? This would never happen with my conservative friends. They'd all be like, yeah, we get you, bro.
With the incest comparison?
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes total sense. And they wouldn't, ask a bajillion questions. They'd be like, they just know.
It sounds
they instantly know.
I hate to prove your point by, not knowing what the fuck you're talking about right now, but I am the most confused I have been all day. And, when the inevitable Cooking with Daryl comes out, people will appreciate the fuck out of the fact that I'm more confused than I've been the entire time. What? What are you talking about?
I'm.
What are your new beliefs based on the fact that we didn't like the NASCAR comparison?
I'm sticking to my own side. I'm not looking for approval.
That's not Republicanism.
I'm not looking for approval from any of you all.
You just said you switched sides.
It sounds like you changed it of spite.
It just sounds like you're a budding school shooter.
Yeah.
Well, see that, and exactly. This is exactly why I'm doing it. This is exactly why I've switched sides, because I cannot be a liberal and I cannot be.
You can be a liberal school shooter.
It's not enough diversity.
I cannot have either my liberal or conservative ideologies
or left
exist the way that they are. I gotta be swinging from one end to the other. So I'm just all the way on this side now. Name a topic. I am now conservative on this.
The bees.
The bees?
Yeah.
Well, what's the conservative view of bees?
You don't even know.
They don't.
We listened.
They don't. They're fine to exist, just not in my backyard.
How you gonna?
You're
prevent
NIMBY on bees.
Yeah.
Is that the Republican viewpoint on bees?
We could say NIMBYs, but just over there.
NIMBYs.
Nice. What's your view on the O.J. Simpson trial?
O.J. Simpson was black. I don't need to say
That
more.
is.
We listened.
All right, Lucas, you take going.
It was pretty good. Incomprehensible now. Completely incomprehensible.
Okay.
I had a good meal though.
What if there are bees in the O.J. Simpson trial?
That does complicate things quite a lot. O.J. Simpson's a human being. Bees or not. I don't want
Very
bees.
good. The Republican view.
I don't want bees in my backyard.
They're not in your backyard, unless the court case is happening in your backyard.
Do you have a courthouse in your backyard?
Then I'm okay with them existing.
In the O.J. Simpson trial?
In the O.J. Simpson trial.
What if he was allergic to bees?
He was a murderer too. So if the bees
So
killed
that's
O.J.
when we asked earlier, what's your opinion on the O.J. Simpson trial?
That's his opinion.
You didn't bring up he's a murderer. You just said, well, he's black. And later on, as we explore this further, you're like, well, the thing you have to understand about this is that O.J. Simpson definitely did it. That's your stance on the O.J. Simpson
He's
trial.
definitely
Okay.
guilty.
So that's neither a conservative or
Everybody agrees.
liberal
I
view.
guess.
I thought you were going for the more extreme. Why are you in the middle on this?
Yeah, I guess that's like the less partisan viewpoint. Like a lot of people thought that O.J. Simpson did it, whether they were Republicans or liberals. I thought it was the liberal side to believe that he did it. I thought he was a conservative.
You know what? When the trial happened,
Wait.
when the trial happened, there was some dispute, but I think we're all in
Yeah, it's a
agreement
trial.
now. I think we're all in
But
agreement
during
now.
the trial, they didn't know. You're right.
Opening with politics is a very good move on our behalf, and I really like that we're doing the safe area of like, was O.J. Simpson?
You brought it
guilty?
up.
Huh? I didn't bring up
The
politics.
trial.
Yeah. No, I'm saying if we're gonna bring up politics, it's good that we're bringing up like '90s politics
Right,
as
right,
opposed
right.
to your current stance on whatever the heck the new thing is. Anything we could mention, any talking point will be dated in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Except like, I don't know, climate change.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about climate change on this podcast. I want to talk about whether O.J. Simpson was a bunch of bees in a suit.
Oh,
There were bees in the O.J. Simpson trial.
What's your take on that?
You just didn't see them because you saw what you wanted to see. There was a perception filter.
You only saw it through the camera's lens.
You saw O.J. Simpson. I saw a whole buzzing swarm.
oh, okay, interesting. So it's still not really politically aligned either way. That's just conspiracy theory area.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, and you can exist as a liberal conspiracy theorist.
Bees. You can exist as bees.
Thank you.
You have my permission.
I don't have anything else to contribute to the opening of this, just to let you know, you all, that we absolutely listened. And you know what? Let's continue that trend of listening, because after every single improv show of ours, we get a bunch of feedback questions from the audience. Sometimes they're about the shows and we groan because it's all about inside jokes, but sometimes they're actually good. Drew?
I like the ones about the shows. Thank you very much.
Do
but
you?
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay, fair
I bet
enough.
there's going to be one question here about Paul's iPods. I bet. How much you guys want
About
to
to
bet?
find out.
I don't think we've had that many. We've had like one or two.
There's been a
in the
few.
past. Yeah, okay.
All right, this one's from Eric.
Eric,
Can you teach me how to tie my shoes?
Yep,
over voice would be really difficult.
it would be.
Okay, let's see. You take the left shoestring and the right
Take
shoestring.
the right shoestring, you take the left shoestring,
And you shake it all about.
That's how you tie it.
Hey, that's a good enough answer. Let's go to the next. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
You shake it all about, and then you move your hands away, and it's tied.
I have seen that though.
Like people going and then it's tied completely.
No, like they sort of like lay the laces down like flat on the ground, and just like whip their foot around, and they tie
Like
it
hands free?
hands free.
That's crazy.
You haven't been the same since you switched to being a conservative.
I don't know. I guess I just watch different media. You guys,
you watch Ben Shapiro tie his shoes hand free.
You guys got to get
Anybody
on.
can do this.
You guys got to get on Telegram.
You can make a reasonable assumption that if you had enough discipline, you could tie your shoes without your hands.
Are you on Telegram? That's a very antiquated social media, isn't it?
Not if you're a Nazi.
Is Telegram for Nazis?
Nazis and ISIS
Very
recruits,
much
yeah.
conservative.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it because they have end-to-end encryption, so like no governments can ever see what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
it's really good for Nazis.
Is that
It can't just be good for Nazis.
Yeah,
like,
well, like I
surely
said,
it's good for like
ISIS.
I don't know the stuff that like Drew likes as well.
Yeah.
You don't even know what I'm talking about, Drew. You know, board games.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, why were you so defensive
Yeah, it's
immediately
really
when I
good
said
for
the stuff
board
that Drew
I really
likes?
need end-to-end
Why did you immediately
encryption.
go stop?
Yeah.
For board games.
Shine Down fan club.
No one can ever know.
What's Shinedown? Is it a board game?
It's a band.
No, it's
like
banned.
it's like a rock band. Right?
I am so
It's a rock
fucking
and roll.
bad with bands. Like the other day we were talking about fucking Kim Mitchell. Is that
Yeah.
his name? Yeah.
Yep.
Kim Mitchell, who apparently used to be part of Max Webster.
Yeah.
And like all those you could have said like, surely you've heard of Wham Blam from the Bam Bams.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
could
Wham
mean-
is a band.
Wham Bam isn't though.
The
Okay,
thing
you're
about
right.
Kim Mitchell that I feel bad about is like, I know that like, the music is loved enough that like a bunch of people would love to see them live, but I like walked by the concert
not
with
good.
like headphones on and then just kept walking, and I probably like somebody out there is like, I wish that were me. I wanted that chance, and I just did not appreciate
I mean,
it.
that's just privilege. I live next to Niagara Falls. So many people would
Yeah.
kill to go to Niagara
It's
Falls.
just like a weird feeling.
That's fair. I remember when the music from Kim Mitchell stopped, and seconds later, an ambulance went by with like all the lights blaring, and we all went, "Well, there he is." And we made this hypothetical about Kim Mitchell just fucking going like, "Thank you," just like collapsing. What did we say from there? It was like he made a deal with the devil or something like
It's his
that.
farewell tour, and it's his last stop. He just died.
I would love to go out like that, though. You and I were talking this morning about, maybe it was last night, about how like dying in your sleep would actually possibly be really bad because when you dream,
Yeah.
you fucking like it's elongated, like time is
Yeah.
elongated, and you feel all the feelings and stuff like that. So like dying in your sleep, what if the pain is elongated too?
Because it's
And it
just
lasts
as real,
forever.
I guess, even if it's not your nerves.
Yeah.
What I said was
losing
that
your life.
if you're getting deprived of oxygen, though, that's a high. So it could be very pleasant actually.
I've heard that, yeah. Once the panic stops, anyway.
Does that mean like people who are like on the gallows, like their last seconds are like, yeah?
Yeah, actually. That's
Drowning's
what-
pretty pleasant,
That's what
too.
choke play is, right? It's depriving your brain of oxygen so you feel
Yeah.
Do they do it until they pass out? I'm sure in some kink
Sometimes.
clubs, yeah.
Not a poster. You're not a poster. That's not safe.
There's gotta be snuff people into snuff who are just like, yeah, snuff is like death during sex. It's like considered the ultimate kink. And
only
So
once.
strong.
well, yeah, literally ultimate. It's the final fucking kink. And like people are like, yeah, choke me out until I die from it. So like, yeah, do you think it's like the ultimate sexual pleasure? For me, if I was gonna die via sex, I'd want to like, I don't know, I want a bomb to go inside my ass or something like that.
I feel like it's probably one.
What is the ultimate sexual pleasure for you? A bomb going off in my ass.
Dude, can
Hey, I'm Paul Drones, and this is Jackass.
Dude, like, tell me if you were into snuff and bomb play, you would not time travel back to like
bomb play? That's not a thing.
You would time travel back to like 1945 and like aim your ass up at the sky in Japan.
Do you think bomb play would be?
It's not just a bomb, it's a projectile that you are shooting out of your ass into the sky.
No, it's coming into your ass.
Oh,
Believe it or not, in 1945 in Japan, they didn't like shoot the nuke up and went back down, and they went, "Aw, man!" as it came down into their
That's their
faces.
self-defense.
Yeah.
Bomb play would be interesting just in terms of like you have to make me come before this timer goes off.
Yeah, that's
Added
true.
tension, and there's
Intensity.
red wires and blue wires.
But if you get it right, you come right at the moment you die for the ultimate sexual thrill.
yeah,
Imagine the stretch you would get from it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You just get like, oh.
It's a really slow expansion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, time slows down because you're dying, so it's just sort of like, oh. You know what I'm
getting
saying?
ripped in half.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how you tie your shoes. Anyway.
All right. Ooh, this question, it doesn't come from a named person, but they say, what does purple smell like? Okay, offhand, purple can't be a bland smell, because purple very rarely occurs in nature, so purple has to be, no matter what, distinctive, right?
Yeah, possibly plums.
Plums are purple. Live in a
Okay.
live in a colorblind world for a second.
Okay.
What does purple smell? You know what I'm
how do
honestly
you-
thinking? You know, like, when you're around really exotic animals like zebras and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And, like,
You've been close enough to smell one before, though.
Oh, you
Smells
haven't?
like a barn.
Yeah, it smells like a barn,
Okay,
but
fair
like,
enough.
there's also this like weird spicy smell. It's like the thing that's different from a horse. And you're like, whoa, this is like exotic animals. Purple.
Okay. So, purple's a spicy horse?
No, a zebra. The spicy smell left off by like an exotic. It can be a lion too.
So, lions and zebras have the same spicy smell? Is that
It
what
has a
you're saying?
similar spicy smell. Maybe what I'm smelling is the savannah.
Oh. So, purple's the savannah?
Sure did.
I don't think Daryl's buying into your what you're putting down.
Yeah, welcome to conservatives.
I would say purple smells like royalty.
That's just because purple you associate with royalty.
But how do you disassociate that?
By like trying to figure out like just living in a colorblind world. Remember how I was saying earlier how you like need to like what if you like exhibited like a grocery store at like without knowing what a
You
grocery store
exhibited
is?
a grocery store?
Like you examined it. Like
Okay.
you discovered what a grocery store was and you were like, "Oh my god, there's food everywhere and they've got numbers above them." And you're like, "Whoa, this is a strange new place." And you simply could not comprehend that. And you were like, "But that's how it's supposed to be," or whatever the
Well,
fuck you said.
you put a lot of emphasis on the numbers, and that's what I was sort of getting held up on. Like, if I were to be, you used it as like an alien going into a grocery store for the first time.
That's a good way of saying it, yeah.
That's how you said it.
Yeah, and that's why I like it.
And,
I heard it from someone else. I didn't invent the term.
and I was caught up about the idea of there being like the layout of the store with like all the food, the boxed food and the fresh food and stuff. But you, when you presented the idea, were very like, and there's numbers.
Oh, you
and you're
didn't say that part. You were just like, I can't
That's 'cause-
possibly imagine going into a grocery store and not immediately knowing everything.
That's because my brain was short circuiting. That doesn't mean it was blank.
All right, I suppose that's a valid point. So you're saying like, so you agree with me that like going into a grocery store would be fucking weird if you didn't already innately like presume all the grocery
Yeah, if
store
you didn't,
stuff.
if you'd never been to a grocery store before and you were like an adult,
Yeah.
then it would be super weird.
So the associations with purple are the grocery store right now.
Okay. So
Yeah, you
here's,
getting it? You getting it?
Here's
Yeah.
here's what's getting me confused. Is Daryl said royalty because royalty is associated with purple.
Yeah.
What connects the savannah or the wild
Savannah,
animals?
if you're a human being.
the wild animals.
Come on, you said zebra, okay?
That's fair.
What makes you?
What's going on, man?
When,
What today, Junior?
when you think of purple,
And I do.
Why does
and
that?
I do.
Why does that connect to the wild animals?
Because I was trying to think about like what the sensations of purple are when I imagine it in my mind, like ooh purple, ooh purple, ooh purple, and then just take those sensations, remove them from the color, and try to find a smell that matches.
That also gives you a similar sensation. Okay, I can see it. I can see it.
There you go. Whereas I feel like a lot of the like what does purple smell like, the natural instinct, no guff, Mr. Conservative, is to like associate, oh, what's the smell? Oh, it's gotta be like how the color looks.
Right.
But that's just how purple looks like, not how it smells.
Well, lilacs are purple.
Lilacs?
Are we just pronouncing every word wrong here? Lavenders are purple too.
So?
Plumes.
Plumes are purple.
Plumes.
Plumes.
The
Grape.
next question.
Is that it? I wanted to hear what you had to say about royalty.
Yeah, what does royalty smell like?
It's just like a
Incest.
luxurious-
Bacon.
It's just like a luxurious smell.
Like perfume?
The smell thing is hard for me because I go by textures. I go by feel.
I'm very smell
What does
oriented.
royalty
so,
feel
yeah,
like?
we're-
It's just it's like velour, you know. It's like a very soft blanket.
It has very few imperfections, no matter what. Yeah.
Maybe no imperfections.
It doesn't feel coarse and rough like
Bullshit.
a pumice stone. It feels like silk. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, very soft, very squishy,
Malleable. You know
very
what I'm saying?
malleable. Yes.
Because the royalty are very malleable, as the House of Lords have found out.
Luke, did you answer?
Plums.
Oh yeah, you did.
Maybe grape.
Purple things that are the color purple.
Grape crush.
And did you answer?
I didn't answer. I went for the nostalgia thing as well, and I thought of the purple markers.
Oh yeah, like the grape smell.
Because, like, to me, I know that's associating purple with something that's already purple, but, like, purple markers are, like, purple. They're, like, purple dye.
Very good, Drew.
They make things purple. So
Very
the
good.
smell of something that makes things purple, to me, is the smell of purple.
All right, that's a reasonable way to say it.
Is there purple out?
Purple.
Yeah.
You'll never know I made a mistake if I purple out what I put.
Yo, I'm gonna purple out, babe.
Oh, I'm purpling!
Sorry, guys. Were these questions from this last show that we just did?
One before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get with it.
The same as every month.
Paramount Pictures presents The Smell of Purple, starring Drew Hopton and 7 to 8 cats.
Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness for moist towelettes. Or as I like to call them, cold cuts.
Tasty.
Thank goodness for moist towelettes. Or as I like to call them, cold cuts.
They're not cold. They shouldn't be.
Thank goodness for moist towelettes.
You know, where I come from, we are offered moist towelettes at the end of the meal, and they are piping hot.
That's weird considering that they're optimally named cold cuts.
No, that comes from a lower class of toilet.
A lower class? Them's fighting words, Daryl. Because where I come from, we love our moist towelettes, or as any sensible person calls them, cold cuts.
Well, you can call them whatever you like.
And I do, cold
But
cuts.
where the civilized people come from.
The civilized people.
The civilized people get a hot, moist towelette at the end of the meal.
You could still call them cold cuts and
They
serve
are
them
not
hot.
cold.
It'll be
They are
our
not-
secret.
Excuse
It'll be
me,
our
sir,
secret.
They are not cold.
Our
I will not
secret.
lie to our audience.
I will lie to
will not-
whoever I like,
That is
particularly.
very apparent.
Evidently, but I'll tell you what, I bet your entire family refers to moist towelettes as cold cuts.
You, sir, are making accusations that your
body
pocket
can't cash.
What's the next question, Daryl?
This question is, there's no name, but it's pretty long.
Hit us with it.
We can maybe take one of these words and then use it as the name.
Alright, cool.
Pick one.
One word at random.
Gunman.
Gunman, thank you, Gunman, for your question. Make better choices. Of course, the conservative would pick the question with
No
Gunman.
kidding.
If
This
you,
feels weird. Yeah.
if you, as a troop, had to commit a heist,
Oh my
What
god, if you had to
roles-
commit to a shorter question.
what roles would you each excel at?
Oh, that's a good question.
How your tune has
I.e.,
changed.
getaway driver, gunman, hostage, smooth talker,
Hostage.
hacker, and seducer. Good luck.
Oh, I'd definitely be the honeypot.
Yeah.
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 What is the pot? What is your
What?
honey? What is
we
your
know
honey?
what honey means, but what is the pot?
What's your honey? How are you attracting?
Ask a question like a normal human being, Daryl.
He said he's the honey pot.
Yeah, I'm the honeypot.
I'm assuming, when I thought about it a little bit more, he is a pot, okay? He is like
What?
a proverbial pot.
Like he's walking into a bank as a
Are you
pot.
saying that I'm fat? I don't know what that means.
We can fit a lot in you. I don't.
I'm round?
But what is the honey? How are you attracting?
My
how are you-
body! Look at this!
No, hold on. I'm not letting that go because I want to finally fucking find out what goes on under the hood of Daryl's engine. How did you come to the conclusion that, like, you already said, like, it's inherent you're a pod? How?
It's just like our bodies are our containers. And so, we're
So
all
any of
pots.
us are the pods.
We're
So
all pots for
okay,
our brains,
So
for
you were
our
like,
bodies.
so when Luke said, like, I'm the honey pot, you were like, okay, we're all pots, but what do you mean by honey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, and what's the honey? My raw sexual energy.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah,
That's
my
the
genitals.
pot. Your genitals?
Yeah, my genitals.
But they're part of your body. Isn't that also part of the pot?
But that's no.
Honey
no,
can
no.
escape from the pod.
Oh, yeah.
So Drew,
Yeah,
let me
it can.
explain this again. So Drew,
Yeah, you weren't listening, Drew.
We are
Fucking read a
containers.
book, man.
We are the containers. It's
Right.
what's inside that is the honey. And we're exploring the honey right now.
We're exploring the honey.
Exploring the honey.
We're exploring the honey. So the dick, while it may be...
Is it inside you?
It can be, if you want a good time.
Yeah.
If it's the honey pot.
Well, yeah, and you know, maybe the honey is what comes out of your dick.
If honey comes out of your dick.
You're saying that how people seduce people is through their semen.
It could be.
That's how.
Okay,
It's gonna be sweet,
to be
baby.
fair, in layman's terms, yes, that has been the entirety of human existence.
Yeah. That's how things get done. Is semen.
When I agreed with Daryl, he gave like the quickest flash of a sociopath grin. He was like that, like immediately there
happening.
and gone. Yeah, don't think I didn't see it.
Yeah. I'm the honeypot. I'm fucking through my way through.
You're fucking your way through? Okay, cool. Drew,
So you're like
what
the
are-
seductress?
Yeah.
Okay,
Drew, what are you?
that's what you
Obviously.
That's what
Look
you
at
excel at. You're answering this legitimately.
No.
Okay.
Look at my body.
I feel what's wrong with it?
No, it's wonderful.
Okay, cool.
It was a compliment.
Yeah, a self compliment.
I'm
I'm gonna answer this legitimately. I hope you don't mind, Luke.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Drew.
you saying he's not?
I'm saying, well, I just asked him, do you mean that legitimately? And he said no, so I'm going off of what he said.
Listen to his words.
Yeah.
I was gonna say getaway driver because I've been known for reckless driving, but Daryl was the Uber driver for a while, so I feel like I should back off that role.
Yeah, but that's why I don't want to be the driver.
You been there, done that?
Been there, done that.
Well, hold on. Dude, that's what you excel at, though. We're asking,
not-
like, we want this heist to go off successfully, not, oh man, what's the one we'd be most happy
I'd be
to
so
do?
bored doing
Like,
that.
I think I'd have the most adrenaline being the gunman, but realistically speaking, I'm probably the logistician, eye in the sky type.
Yeah, the
man in
planner.
the chair.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Because-
the Kevin Spacey of it all.
Yeah, because I like to diddle young boys, and because,
I like to give massages to my 14-year-old students.
and whenever I get called on something bad, I make really creepy YouTube videos. Okay, let's derail this for a second.
Oh
Have
my
you
God.
seen Kevin Spacey's YouTube
Yes.
videos?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
fucking weird.
I loved. Okay,
It
let
looked
me
like
be
a-
frank.
Yes,
Let me
yes.
be frank, where he was carving a turkey and just returned to the character. All dislikes, everyone going, what the fuck are you doing? And him just like carving a turkey going, I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me. As he's just talking.
And that was the last of him.
No, it wasn't. The year later, he made another fucking video, which was actually kind of sweet, about opening up about past trauma, and it was him on a park bench, like in a public park, talking about how we all need to like talk openly about the things that like make us uncomfortable, especially if we need to grow as human beings. And it was a half good point. So that video had like lukewarm reception from some people. Everyone going like, "Great video, you're still a pedo, dude." And like my favorite comment on that by a country mile was, imagine it's Christmas Eve and you're walking through a park and you see Kevin fucking Spacey recording that video.
Was it like a selfie
Yeah,
visual?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagining like you just going hummed on my day. You see Kevin fucking Spacey, accused pedo and actor, just like crying into a selfie cam about growing as a
No one
person.
else around.
No one
Yeah.
else around.
And there was like conspiracy theories about those YouTube videos, because there was one time where he was like, there was one where he was in his kitchen and he was talking about like, I'm not the last to go down, basically.
that was Let Me Be
Oh.
Frank, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was drinking a mug with the royal crest on it, and people were like,
He's
predicted
calling him out.
Prince Andrew.
Did he predict it, or did he just know?
I
Because
feel
he
like
was
Prince
friends
Andrew
with-
was a bit of an open secret to anyone who knew Prince Andrew.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
yeah.
who knew Epstein? Which, I mean, if you're in Hollywood.
Yeah, everyone knew that. They were like, oh yeah, they were like buddies.
My favorite thing about Prince Andrew is that one interview where like he is clearly sweating, going,
Yeah.
"Well, the thing about me is I don't sweat."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to what was it, Afghanistan he said he went to, and he couldn't sweat anymore because he sweat too much there or some shit.
Yeah. He was like, the funny thing is, I think that's totally messed up. He was like, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, no, that's messed up.
That is the funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fucking screwy. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely the logistician because, like, if we're talking about what we excel at, I am not gonna excel at anything physical, and so much of a robbery is the physical stuff.
Yeah, I feel like we're not the crack squad that we need to be.
Yeah. So I feel like I would need to be the one who's like considering every single contingency and going, okay, new plan, let's do this here. I feel like that would be the thing that I'd do well at. That's arguably what I do with this fucking troop.
Yeah. If I may give one to Drew,
Oh.
because Drew likes board games and like logic puzzles and stuff, I think you'd be good at the safe.
Oh, safe-cracker.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It does say
As long
heist,
as you can
though.
get me in.
It doesn't say like a, like the heist could be many different things.
True, if it's like...
You could just be like a stick 'em up kind of situation, you know.
Yeah,
guess.
you gotta stick them up and then
I feel
let
like
them
we
get
should
to the stage.
we should go somewhere with a safe then to accommodate Drew. We can't just be like, well, we don't know if there's going to be a safe there, so Drew picks something else. Pick something with a safe.
Drew, go learn a new set of skills.
Yeah. What would you be?
I would be.
Don't say the conservative.
Every good
I
heist
already am.
needs a
Bank is too
conservative.
woke.
I would probably be the like distraction. So I would be.
Yes, you'd excel at that.
I would be the loud guy and be like, "Oh, they stole all my money."
You'd be
And
the
then-
plant.
You direct everybody to the safe. They stole my money. They're at the safe right now. You hear over the walkie-talkie, Daryl, what the fuck are you doing?
Change of plans.
Get away from the safe.
Yeah, no, he's the narc of the
No, it's just,
You would excel at that.
it's just wild card. I'd just be the wild card of you don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will cause a big scene and all the eyes will be on me. So the rest of the team can
about their
do
business.
stuff in the background, easy peasy.
You know, if you did that like half an hour before the heist, like, everyone get to the safe, it's being robbed, and then everyone's like, oh,
Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Yeah, Boy Who Cried Wolf did, because then you do it twice, right? No, now it's being robbed. There's a guy with a gun. And then, like, 911 lets you off with your last warning. And then you call 911 going, they're really robbing the safe. And we go ballsy with it. We're actually robbing the safe while you're calling. And they go like, is this Daryl? And you're like, yes. And then...
Then they hang up.
No, you
and
gotta
then
use a code name.
they go over. They send every officer there to arrest you, like right next to the bank. And we're stealthing it, so yeah, they don't hear us, but
Daryl's
they go.
the fall guy.
He's the fall guy.
Yeah, but they have nothing to stick on me. They'll be like, "Oh, you annoyed us."
Get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, exactly. But they'd have every officer telling you individually that you annoyed them, and that
Line
the
up.
entire police force would be distracted. Luke, what would you be? I think you'd have to be like security or a gunman or something like that. If we've got safe cracker, logistician, and distraction, like you need to be in there.
I would have to shoot people for
Yeah.
sure.
You'd have to get me
Ah, you
to
don't
the
have to
safe.
shoot. Arguably, the less people you shoot, the better the heist goes.
Yeah, but I get off on that though.
Is that what you excel
Half
at?
honeypot, half gunman.
No, I'm terrible. I have trouble saying no at work.
Please stop shooting us. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was a 5'4". I'd have to, because that's what I think. I'd be like, oh, I'm 5'4". I really have to like fucking crack some skulls immediately.
You have to look
I have to-
wild.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
to like really make them my bitch.
You'd be Joe Pesci.
Yeah,
You would absolutely be Joe Pesci.
yeah. Pop, 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 pop. Everybody down. That's my style.
Everybody to my level.
Pop, 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 pop. See this guy? Pow. That's done. Done. That could be you, flock of seagulls.
Okay, nice.
Also, when Luke said pow 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 pow, see this guy pow, he shot at the ceiling for the pow 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 pow, and then when he said see this guy pow, he shot him in the head.
Yeah.
Just in case you couldn't see the visuals.
Yeah.
Also,
Alright.
speaking of guns, this is a non sequitur, but can you tell your McDonald's story? Because I really enjoyed it. Your mobile order?
Okay, sure. It's a very short story. So, I mobile order with McDonald's because you get points now, and that's neat. And it makes things easier for everyone because it just pay through the app. So, I
Nice.
I did the order, and then AK-27 popped up on my screen, and I was like, ah, nice. It's like the gun. So I go up to the drive-thru.
What is AK-27?
The order code.
It's the order. Yeah.
okay.
Sorry. Yeah. It's the order code. And so I go up to the thing with the code number AK-27 because like they give like two letters and two numbers. Don't spoil the story.
Shut the fuck up.
And I go up to the thing and they're like, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's. You collecting points on the app today?" And I was like, "Brap brap! I got code AK-27." And after like maybe too much silence, but not enough to make it weird. After like a clear 1.5 second pause, they go, Isn't that an AK-47? And I blank. I completely blank. I'm good at improv and I'm good at public speaking. I'm good at charisma in most situations. And I just sort of went, oh, and over the intercom they said, just drive up, dude.
All right, your comedy failed.
Yeah.
Stop embarrassing yourself.
I got a free side of humble pie with that order. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the same McDonald's that has all those himbos you like?
Wasn't that a Wendy's?
That was a Wendy's, and there was one himbo, and oh my god, the last time I went to that Wendy's, which was like 1.5 weeks ago, the dude recognized me and said, "Oh hey, it's good to see you again, man." It had been a year plus since I went there last.
Dude, somebody liked you.
The universe provide.
And I'm not gonna say that I remembered his name too without his name tag being on, but I'm just saying I wish Isaac well.
Get that number, bro.
That's a good name
that
for a
name.
I can't hit on someone while they're served. Maybe he's just really kind.
No, just be
You
like,
don't
hey,
remember somebody after a year and a half.
Like, yeah.
I don't?
Yeah, you don't.
I'm free. High school? What was that?
You gotta follow up on that.
How dare.
You gotta follow up on that.
He's real cute. I won't lie. He is like as far as guys go, he is like the most adorable.
If you don't, I will.
Okay, fuck Isaac. What do I care? I'm not the jealous type.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Get angry.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm Pauly.
Care more.
You trying to trigger the left? Is that what you're going on?
Oh yeah, polyamory, exactly. Everybody's fucking everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is the
very
this
adult.
This is the new.
You hate being Pauly.
No, I'm not good at it. I admire it.
Okay.
It seems very mature.
Thank you. Do you admire me for being mature?
Yeah, I
Really?
I admire poly people because it's a very mature way of doing relationships that you're like, oh yeah, you just like discuss it with everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, oh yeah, I forgot,
yeah, it's
I
like, no.
forgot you could do that.
I like being polyamorous because the central point of it is that like instead of cheating just being oh fuck someone, because that also leads to like confusion about like I don't know, paying for porn in relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The central idea of being poly is that cheating is doing anything that you agreed up front in the relationship that you would not do.
Right.
So, to my mind, if you both agree that, I think I've made this point before on the podcast, but whatever. If you both agree up front in a relationship, a two-person relationship, that you're not going to watch porn in the relationship, in my opinion, if you've agreed and you stick by, yeah, I'm not watching porn is cheating.
Okay.
But if you agree, like, this is an open relationship from the start, fucking someone while in the relationship is not cheating. And it's all about consent and communication.
It's just like most.
Yeah, it's very mature, and I would be bad at it.
Conceptually,
I would
it's
catch feelings
mature.
or some shit.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just-
uh-huh.
I'm a
And
fucking rude.
what I will say in my personal experience, this is not like a conservative thing. This is just like me.
You finally breaking the conservative bit?
No, I'm just saying like from my personal experience of what I've experienced.
You're
so
not a
far
conservative.
Didn't deny
with
it.
polyamory. This is not connected to politics. That's all I'm saying.
Everything's connected to politics.
Sex
Oh
is pretty
my God.
political.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
But you cold open with "I'm a conservative now." You were asking for it.
I am. Oh, that's awful.
That's what conservatives believe. That's the side you chose.
Some conservatives do. So I have experience in polyamory, and what I'll say is that yes, it's
Rad,
it's conceptually more
based,
it's more mature, and it's
Poggers.
you're all giving me fists to bump. I don't know why.
no cap.
Okay. What I don't what doesn't
Bang a
work,
rangin'.
what doesn't shut up. What doesn't work.
Super Gangnam Style.
Okay, all right, guys.
Tubular. All right, it is not
It's while it's
based. I'm sorry.
while it's supposed to be more mature and there's supposed to be a lot more communication happening, I find that with polyamorous relationships specifically, it may start off with a lot of, communication or whatever the case may be, but it just sort of ends with like, oh, I have these boundaries. My boundaries are I can't talk to you for 2 months or whatever. And I've encountered this more than once, where it's like, well, this is kind of antithetical to the communication part of things.
You just
where
don't want to
we're-
talk to me?
Yeah, that is antithetical.
My
to
boundary
communicate.
is that you don't communicate with
I don't
me.
think that's an issue with poly thing. I think that's an issue with the people. Those people specifically. I was gonna tack on that. I think probably in the same vein, a lot of people will use the veil of, oh, I'm poly, to excuse a lot of their less good habits. Like, there's the idea of, like, oh, people get into relationships, cheat, and then say I'm poly. And for the record, no, you're fucking not. You're a monogamous person who cheated. If you didn't say up front you're poly, you're not poly. You have to communicate that, with monogamy being the norm. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of people who will, like, have really bad communication styles and think that being poly excuses it, when in reality, if you know what a healthy poly relationship is like, it should, like, shine a light on those communication errors more so.
Certainly should.
And I'll definitely say, especially in monogamy-heavy or monogamy-normative, mononormative, if you will, world, you need to be a specific type of person to successfully be poly. You need to be a very communicative style of person. It's not for everyone. Even everyone who wants to have sex with multiple people, you probably need to work. Generally speaking, everyone listening to this, if you wanted to be poly, you probably have to at least change or improve one aspect of yourself to effectively be poly. And that's true with, like, a lot of people. That's true with me.
Yeah. You start working on yourself, folks.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Do you really think you needed that second cheeseburger today, Max? Yeah.
I have a question.
I have a second cheeseburger. I mean, a question.
I'm throwing this out. I have a question with no name.
Oh boy.
It says, who put lube on this microphone?
Guilty. Dude, can you imagine putting a lubed microphone up your ass and farting? Reverberations from inside the colon.
It's lube so you can get it up farther.
Yeah.
Distorted
Good
bass.
job, Drew. That's what lube does.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Well, so,
Distorted bass boost.
also, you don't need to put it up your ass to feel that. Have you ever just felt like really low, heavy bass? You feel it
All up inside you?
Yeah. and
I
there's
haven't
also-
felt it in my ass specifically.
And there's also
More in my
something.
chest.
There's
Yeah.
also something called the brown sound.
That is
People say that. I don't think it's real.
Well, you just haven't received.
Have you heard the
sound.
brown sound and shit yourself?
I've definitely felt things move.
Okay, so the brown sound can, like, jiggle enough that people who already
you're
are
on the
predisposed to shit.
If you're edging, then it'll make you shit.
Edging in this context is not quite shitting. It's just like having a little thing poking out.
Did you see my lower jaw move by itself? That was fucking gross. Never do that.
Fine.
I don't like the idea of, like, any Blumpkin adjacent activity.
That's honestly fair.
You know what a
That's
Blumpkin
nasty.
is, right?
Country bumpkin?
Do you know what a Blumpkin
That's
is?
a bumpkin.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
pumpkin. Sorry, no, I don't.
A
L
Blumpkin
involved.
is... You know what's
take the
sad? I learned about this in fucking grade 10, too.
Oh yeah, it's like a super like lemon
Urban
party.
Dictionary,
Yeah.
like you learn in a high school
see.
thing. So, yeah, no, genuinely. So, a Blumpkin is when you're getting a blowjob and you poop at the same time.
Oh.
Like you're on the toilet and
Man!
stuff's happening.
I got flashbacks to, like, grade 10 math class where I drew a stick figure of my friend Katrina on the whiteboard and put, like, a little... made her very unflattering and put, like, a fucking speech bubble of her going, "Yay, Blumpkins." That's so mean.
Sounds like bullying.
Katrina and I bullied each other very heavily in even grade school. We went to grade school together, and she used to pull the chair out from behind me when I was going to sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to just get each other all the time. And, like, we actually got pretty close as friends when she took a trip to Hungary after school and learned undoubtedly more Hungarian than I know to this day. And then we sort of fell out of contact, and then, like, I remember messaging her something sarcastic afterwards, and I guess the text didn't translate well, and she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Is she transitioning? Why did she have such a low voice?
Oh, that was just the tone that I was imagining.
Just because Paul was saying it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just me, dude. I'm not actually... If I was Katrina the whole time, what a Fight Club twist that would be.
Oh, yeah.
Bullying each other.
ultimate
Bullying
prank.
yourself.
That would also mean that I'm writing notes about myself on the whiteboard going, "I love Blumpkins."
And people are like, Paul, you're better than
It's a
this.
cry for attention.
Everything I did in high school is a cry for attention. It's high school, and I'm me.
That's fair.
What was the question?
Lube on a mic.
Lube on a mic.
That's good enough.
Who put this lube on the mic?
And see,
Paul
that's
did.
the weird thing,
Yeah.
is because they were writing the question. There were no microphones in that show.
Out of the show.
Yeah.
All right. The next question I have here: does anyone know another language to Osa during a show. To use during a show.
That is totally no, though. I'm on your side.
No name as well.
Does anyone know another language to use during a show? I guess we all are, like,
Nope.
conversational in French.
Ha,
Yeah,
I'm not.
My French is pretty clumsy.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot when I was a kid. I was pretty good when I
All
was a
right,
kid.
now say I learned a lot when I was a kid in French.
I don't forget learned. Je sais. Puis quand je suis un enfant.
Wouldn't it be j'ai?
Yeah. J'ai sais. No, say.
I think it's just j'ai sais.
Je sais beaucoup de français quand je suis un enfant.
Non. J'étais un enfant.
J'étais un enfant.
Yeah, this would make a great improv scene.
Yeah, see? We'd be good at this. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
I know a couple words in Hungarian. I know a couple words in Italian, which we
Came up
used
in
during
the
this
show.
last show. Boom! Fucking whatever, dude. That was a fun scene.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it was an improv scene, and this is the
They
podcast.
live and die in the moment.
Yeah. Does anyone know sign language here?
No.
Nah.
I know the alphabet, but I don't know if I can do it right now.
All right.
Hey.
All right. So, let's see it. That's amazing. You got through all 26 already?
Yeah, I'm that fast.
Okay. What's okay. Do sign language as I'm talking right now. Okay, so my name is Paul Oh my god, you're good at this. What? Stop! Okay, no, stop while I'm doing it. That's freaking me out,
Yeah,
dude.
this is incredibly articulate.
I can only do it one letter at a time, so I have to like spell out all the words. I'm not fluent in like conversational, but like he gets the message
You
across.
still managed to get every single letter while I was... Okay, stop, dude. You're freaking me out.
yeah,
Okay,
this
I'll
is
stop,
kind
I'll
of
stop.
weird.
Oh,
No,
thank
now
you,
you're
thank you.
doing me. Stop.
Well, I have to do somebody.
That was my fucking motto in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
What, are you
Daryl.
talking about
Yeah.
Are you talking about gay stuff?
No, I wasn't gay in high school yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, conservative.
Yes.
We listened.
It also makes you sound super desperate. I had to do somebody. Please.
You just
I
stand
was pretty desperate in high school.
stand up on the tables in the cafeteria. Somebody fuck me.
Okay,
I
who
love
didn't?
Flumpkins.
Who didn't like feel internally like standing up on the table and going, "Somebody fuck me"? I totally felt like that in high school.
I was horny for a lot of girls in my high school.
I was horny for a lot of girls in my high school, and then I went to uni and got horny for guys too.
Something changed.
That's where you lost me.
That's where I lust.
I don't know. I was definitely horny for people, but I was never like that outspoken about it.
But internally,
No,
like,
not even internally. Like I never had that craving to like make a big deal about it.
You know, like I'm very. I guess the word is passionate. I feel a lot, so I think that connects to hormones and stuff like that. It's a source of a lot of things about me, like how much I care about projects, how much drama tends to follow me, how extreme and intense my wording is at everything ever, even though it's like not that big a deal.
Okay.
That's like a genuine fucking thought. There's no joke there. What are you laughing for? Fuck you.
This is real life.
This is real life. Luke lost a leg.
I did. I'm dealing with it. Okay.
He grew it back, but
Yeah. Day by day. You know.
How does a new one feel?
I mean, it doesn't feel the same, but it'll work. You know, you just take it one step at a time, so to speak.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at your problems.
Yeah.
We were talking about sign language. I know a few things in sign language. I don't know how to speak it.
Nobody
well,
knows
no
how
one
to
knows.
speak it.
Yeah, that's not the point of sign language.
But this is a turtle,
He's just doing a turtle with his hands.
and
He's doing the awkward turtle.
This is hamburger.
Okay, is that actually hamburger?
Yeah. And this is popcorn.
Okay.
And
This is great for everyone listening.
and I went. There used to be this like cool kind of like date place in Toronto. It's called Signs, and everybody that worked there was
A
like
date place?
It was like a dinner
coffee
dinner
shop
place,
kind of-
but like
Oh,
it was
okay.
like for meals. And everybody that worked there only signed.
Was it was it for meals or did you say it was for males? But you said it with like a Jersey accent.
No, it's for eating.
Okay, cool.
Eating. Food.
It's for meals.
And
I'm going to the bar. It's just for males.
and yeah,
Gay bar.
It's a gay bar.
and so the cool part of this this place was that you could sign for your food. So they gave you like specific signs for them, and they only hired people who like they couldn't speak, like their first language was sign.
Really?
Yeah, and so I learned that Korean fried wings are, and this is not going to show up on the thing, but it's like wings.
Describe what you're doing.
It's wings like
Speak
a chicken
sign language for us.
like a chicken wing, you know, like a bak bak kind of thing.
What are you
Like the
doing
chicken dance type of
Na-
thing?
na- 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 na-
Yeah.
And then Korean fried is this.
No!
Yes.
I don't want
We
to
don't need
describe
to
what you
explain it. Everybody knows what he did.
No, it's yeah.
He did something with his eyes that like people shouldn't do when talking about fucking any Asian people.
And apparently
Jesus.
that's like the normal.
Is that
way.
American Sign Language?
That's American
Yeah,
Sign
so-
Language, apparently.
God damn, dude. Find a better word for Korean.
I don't know. We have a bunch of words that needs to get replaced. I'm sure American Sign Language is the same.
Okay, following up on that offensiveness, can I ask a potentially just as offensive question?
Don't know.
What the hell is Chinese or Japanese in sign language if they got the honor of the racism?
They got the
That's true. I don't know. I didn't.
Like, is it
Didn't
a
order
matter
that
of
meal.
how much you fucking stress
It's
the
the
eyes?
angle.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all the same.
Oh, that's even worse.
What's the next question?
It's up to you.
Thanks, dude. All right.
Like people who do sign language just don't have a word for Korean, Japanese, or Chinese.
Just Asian.
They just don't. They don't know that they're different countries.
All right. This question is: whose face do you want to gently caress? I'm currently doing it to Drew. He's got stubble, and it's not as fun. Daryl, actually, interestingly, Daryl has. Oh, sorry. Interestingly, Daryl has like the stubble is more, but it makes it better because it's no longer prickly and it's like it's got a consistency. to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm in
almost
like the
different.
awkward phase
Yeah.
right now.
And Luke is slightly less than Drew. So I don't know which end of the ass I want to pick, if you know what I'm saying.
But I'm the worst.
You're the one I don't want to caress, correct?
That's because I do a wet shave.
I mean,
Every day?
Not every day. No, I don't grow enough hair to do that.
Can I just say, I'm horny. I'll caress faces left, right, and center. You want me to caress your face? Come over here, baby girl. I'll caress your face, unless you're a student of mine, and you're listening to this goddamn podcast, even though I don't want you to.
Well, why did you offer your podcast for your students to listen to?
I didn't, they found it.
Okay.
What happened
up a
is
name.
the school set up a Discord server, which is generally a good idea, for all the students and teachers to interact. And I
Showed up as Tweed.
I showed up as my regular thing, and apparently when you stream, it shows that you're streaming. And about 3 or 4 students found my streams through that, and a couple of really savvy people used that to connect it back to the podcast.
Nice.
And they found the
You're gonna have a
podcast.
business Discord now.
Are you not allowed to have 2 Discord things?
I am.
You can, but why would you?
I don't know.
Unless you want a business
to
one?
protect your identity.
I'm a very public person. I'm not a very private person. I don't care if people know really most things about me.
Not a private person, but you care about the privates.
Hey yo.
Even the
Hey yo.
I was about to disagree, but then I remembered, yeah, I'm a teacher. I would not want my students finding pictures of my junk. Like,
Yeah,
I'm one of
that's-
those people where before I took the teaching job, if, like, my nudes leaked, I'd go, what do you guys think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't care. Generally, if, like, I wouldn't want to for Drew's sake, but if I was scrolling my phone and Drew saw my junk, I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck, I'd be like,
I'm so embarrassed.
yeah, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Drew, that you had to see that, because you
Right.
probably didn't want to. That's the thing. It's like when fucking male celebrities get their fucking dick pics leaked, like when Leafy got his nudes leaked. Dude probably didn't care all that much.
Hunter Biden. It made him look cooler.
To certain people.
Yeah.
Daryl's in the room.
Oh, that's sorry. Yeah.
What? I don't.
This
I don't.
bit is so weird.
Your next what was the question? Oh yeah, whose face would? No, I answered.
Oh, do we all have to answer that?
I caressed Drew's face.
What?
Do we have to pick from us 4?
I like his.
I picked everybody but you, dude.
I like his cheekbone to chin ratio. It's got a nice like.
Do that in the
It's
mic.
not- I like how smooth it is, and it's a small chin and good cheekbones, but it's not plump.
Suck my fucking dick, dude.
Oh my god, that's gay.
Yeah, it's gay as hell.
Oh my god, we're being gay.
Why is being the funniest part of that? Oh my god, it's gay. We're so gay. Oh my god, we're being gay.
That'd be a great porn. It's like, this is so gay, we're being gay. Oh my god, it's so wrong.
It has to be, oh my god, we're being gay. Like it's a shock.
Like, yeah.
Whose face would you want to gently caress?
I'm very interested in the wet shave, so I think it would have to be Luke.
Alright.
Yeah.
I also shave wet.
You shave wet? Do you do like the, you have
shave
like a
in the
safety
shower.
razor and the...
Shaving wet.
Oh yeah.
It's not a wet
Okay.
shave.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but
What do you
said
got?
shaving wet.
What do I
Well,
got?
he's just
Yeah,
sterile.
do
He
a safety
speaks
razor.
weird.
It's so like they've been really like advertising a lot, and over the Christmas break they got me. So it's the Bunsen
The Bunsen burner?
burner.
Just burn your face
in my
off.
head.
For the cleanest shave.
Henson, no. Yeah, Henson shaving.
I mean, the fact that he burns his face off shaving, that would explain why he cooks dill the way he does.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
it tastes great, okay? And
It did work out pretty well.
And nobody hated on the burnt butter when it actually tasted.
True.
None of us said shit about the butter, dude. We were talking about the dill. Yeah, look down at your question.
There's no name on this.
Let's skip it.
You gotta get better at your job, Daryl.
In your opinion, should toilet paper be over or under? Oh, like when you
What?
put the toilet
yeah,
paper
yeah.
roll.
Oh,
I forget. There's like a scientific explanation for this.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
They
so,
studied it?
it's best if you have a child in the house. It's best for the toilet paper to be over as opposed to under. Like under is like the one like away from you, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's better for the toilet paper to be over because children will kind of like clumsily grab at things. They won't
So
have the
it'll flip
finesse.
backwards.
Nope. So it'll touch the wall, which has an increased chance of getting bacteria,
Oh.
which they're wiping on their like not well acclimatized to the world behinds.
Okay.
And they'll get a greater chance of infection. So if you have a child in the house, it is scientifically better to do over than under, dude.
I usually do over just because I thought that was the right way to do it.
Yeah, I just do over because I'm not a fucking troglodyte.
I think if you have cats, it's supposed to be under because cats will they'll just claw at it and just
I see.
Yeah, I put it over because that's what I've always done. But now that I have a cat, it's a nightmare when he gets bored and, like you said, just fucking claws at it and chews on it and shit.
Yeah. So you gotta do under now.
I gotta do under now.
My cat doesn't do that. She's good.
My cat's not. My
Well,
cat's an
you
asshole.
drug your cat a lot too.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
That's what catnip is. You
Okay,
drug
if we're
your
talking
cat.
about hang on, but you blank your cat, we need to address Drew.
No. You do not have to bring that up.
All right, that satisfies the question for me.
Sure.
All right, next.
I have one from Susan. Bracket or parentheses. Drew's aunt.
Yeah.
The only person to put their name on a question for this.
Eric
Okay.
did.
Okay.
What limitations were you hoping to get
Oh.
in reference to our last show?
Yeah.
Different ones.
You didn't want to rhyme.
Yeah, we'll have to explain this for fuck's sake,
Okay.
Susan. So,
Yeah.
in our last show that we did limitations. Like, for the entire show, we had a list of different limitations, and one could be applied to one person. Like, you can't see for the whole show, or you always have to speak in rhyme, or you play as exclusively non-human characters. Drew got the cool one, i.e., always non-human characters. I got the shittiest one, to be honest.
Maybe.
Which was always speaking in rhyme. Leslie got always being a puppet, and that turned into a pretty shitty situation because very few times we actually helped her, and did that. That was our bad.
I mean, I helped her more, and I was pretty
Blind?
Pretty blind.
You didn't help her more.
I helped her more than anybody.
How would you know?
I was about to say you were
Couldn't
blind.
find- you couldn't find her.
You were like nobody else helped her at all. I didn't see it once.
Yeah, so that's my point of view.
I helped her many times, dude. I'm sure. In fact, I'm 100% sure I helped her more than you did.
You're 100%.
100%, and I could see during the show.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it, I guess.
You have to. Why wouldn't you anyway? We're improv partners.
Good.
What did you get? What was your limitation?
My
Right, bag on the
limitation
head.
was I couldn't see, and we didn't have proper like a
Blindfolds.
blindfold or anything, so I just found like a bag, and I put the bag over my head, and apparently that was really funny, but I don't
It
know.
was.
I don't know because I didn't really.
Several times we just left the scene and you just like did the scene yourself.
I could tell after a while. I could tell.
After a while, but the first like once or twice, you had no idea.
No, it's true. That was part of the joke, and apparently in that show, I hope I'm not giving anything away here, but Paul and Drew kissed.
Did we?
We did.
Sweet.
My dad pushed my head into yours.
Oh man, good times.
Oh, your dad wanted you to kiss him?
Yeah, my dad. Well, we
You
were
wanted
playing,
to see that?
We were playing puppets, so Paul and I couldn't move our bodies, and the scene was leading towards a kiss, and my dad made me kiss Paul.
How does that make you feel, Drew? How
I'm still working through it.
Yeah. How did you describe that to your therapist?
What was your limitation, Luke?
I was always inappropriate.
You're right.
It was not a big change for me.
Yeah, it sure wasn't. Sweet. Anyway, what limitations do we wish we got? I just wish I got anything but the rhyming one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad I didn't get the rhyming one. I thought the can't speak or can't see ones would be pretty fun, but I'm pretty happy with the one I got.
Can't speak would have been fun. I like the one I got though. I didn't have good change.
Yeah, I like the one I got. It
Great.
wasn't that bad.
Happy for all of
You're
you.
the
I
only
think-
one.
I think if I were to switch, I probably would get like the no talking one. I think that's also like a cool challenge that's not derailing it. And I think when we created those and we had a set number of limitations that
I think we had like 7, and then the audience got to pick
Yeah.
which one
Yeah.
got applied to which person.
We didn't want them to invent the limitations because they could have like come up with either they would have like hesitated too much or they would have come up with something that was like, oh, okay, we don't know how to do this.
yeah. And so we had.
You
a
want your
list.
audience to have like some control, but not too much. I think that's your school of thought.
That's true.
Because you still want to have a good show.
Yeah. And so, yeah, when we were thinking about which limitations, we weren't really considering, like, maybe we didn't consider all the way through for some of them. Like the rhyming one. Is
I voted no to that,
Yeah.
and y'all voted yes.
We couldn't think of another one is the problem.
That was like the 3rd one we thought of.
We couldn't think of another one. I like what you're going with that, Daryl. It's like the John Carpenter rule in his early movies. Like, limitations are not limitations; they're opportunities in disguise. So if you can't speak, you can do so many more things. Specifically because you're never thinking about, well, I have to do these things while you're speaking because you have such an easy time just speaking your way through the scene.
And nobody's expecting you to reply.
Yeah, when I was blind, I felt really like I could just sort of listen and try my best to move things along, but it kind of really took a lot of responsibility off of me,
Yeah.
which was a little bit stressful, actually.
Whereas in regular scenes, sometimes you get pigeonholed. Like there was a scene we did recently where I only said one word, and it as soon as I said one other word as a quick one-off joke, it felt like I think I discussed this with you before.
Yeah.
It felt like the entire scene changed, where the scene had to be about me saying another word, and I was like, I kind of don't want to do that. I just want it to be a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did you want more than the rhyming? Other than all of them?
Just any of them. I didn't care. I just didn't want that one. But I mean, it's a good show because the audience is like, ha ha, Paul got the one that they hated.
Yeah. All right, last question of the night.
Wait.
Name 4 countries that start with the letter P.
All right, wait. Each of us gets to name one.
Okay. Yeah.
Peru.
Pakistan?
Poland.
Paraguay.
Done.
Easy
Fucking
peasy.
whatever, dude.
I could
Thanks for
also-
listening to the
about
podcast.
Panama?
Let's do another. Yeah, let's do another round.
They said 4.
Yeah, let's do another 4.
Can we do 8?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do 8. All right. Peru, Pakistan, Paraguay, and Poland.
From Poland. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good with geography.
I've got one.
Go for it.
Portugal.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The Philippines.
Ah, very good.
Panama.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Drew, don't leave us hanging,
I
Drew.
know there's more, but my
Drew!
mind's blank.
Drew! You can't leave us hang. Drew, you can't leave us.
Drew, you
I'm just so you
can't leave us.
Drew, please, we're being
I
gay.
ain't gonna lie to you. My thoughts have been getting gayer. And I know you've been noticing.
I know too, I know.
I know.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh my god, we're being gay.
Oh my.
We're being it.
I literally can't. Think
I
of
will
anything.
suck you off tonight if
Can
you
y'all
don't-
think of another
if
one?
you don't think of another P country.
Are y'all thinking of one and I'm missing it?
I'm thinking of one of the 7 we've already said.
You okay? So am I.
Say another country that starts with the letter P.
I'm trying.
I don't think I can think of one actually now.
I've got at least 3, dude.
I've got ones that are not countries.
Yeah, like Paris. Okay,
Paris,
cool.
Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Palm
Doesn't
Beach,
help me.
United States of America.
Canada,
Yeah.
Penguinland.
Canada, Permany,
You can think of another one.
Permanent-
I'll look them up and I will give you hints as to
Okay.
what the
England.
England.
I feel like there's so many countries in Africa, like one of them has to start.
Yeah.
You'd think.
The first thing that came, I was going
Let's
through
say, like,
Africa and I was
Eastern
like,
Europe.
Chad.
I am clearing my Google search history of
Yum yum.
That's cut that out. Like we don't want to explain that, do we?
You don't have to.
All right.
All right.
Still cut it out.
I'm not gonna. Why you suddenly want to be a Puritan?
Because he's conservative
Yeah.
now.
I hate this bit.
Yeah, this sucks.
Also, like, you were definitely not Puritan during the Blumpkins bit. You're like, eh. now I'm just saying, like, yeah, I googled does
Yum yum.
earlier, and you're like, people don't come to our podcast to hear that shit.
They don't. They don't.
All right.
They don't.
My
I
ears
didn't-
are not garbage cans.
I didn't know about Blumpkins,
Yeah.
Drew,
so it was kind of fun.
No one say anything, right?
Okay.
They're the victim of a fascist regime that's their neighbor. Oh, sorry, I said that with a conservative in the room. Pretend you didn't hear that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm thinking about Poland, but
That's
no,
our
like,
neighbor, implying America.
the closest to an active fascist state we have right now. An
Oh,
ethno
right
state,
now.
really. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yes.
They're the victim of that country.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Thank
I didn't
you.
even think about that.
You are going to feel so out of the loop when I reveal what the country. Do you give up? Because then we'll have to go for another that you
Do
will
you have
guess.
one more hint?
There was a big parade not too long ago.
That won't help.
Okay.
That could just be the same for Pennsylvania.
There's a festival going on celebrating this. Country.
That won't help. He's Drew. Man, I'm sure craving some hummus right now.
You mean Hamas, like the terrorist organization?
What were we talking about in terms of explaining jokes?
I think I have
Do
to
you just
fail.
like? Does your brain block out subtlety? Is that it?
He's not getting it. I'm
I
trying
know.
to shoo him into it. Okay.
That's fair.
I mean,
that's
I
fair.
can get the joke without getting the fucking country.
No, you
I don't
can't.
feel like
You don't know. You can't possibly know.
I've heard of Hamas before, but
What country is it from?
fucking, I'm trying to remember. I'm not very good with geography.
Oy vey.
Yeah, a lot of it is an open air prison. Let's say that.
There is a wall dividing these two countries.
Oy gavol. Do you not get what we're trying to say?
Oh, Palestine.
Thank you. God.
There we go.
I was gonna say Puerto Rico, but that's actually American, like
Colony,
an American
yeah.
colony. Now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the only other one that we did not say. There are two that we did not say. One's Papua New Guinea,
Oh yeah.
Oh, probably.
and the other's Palau, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, I've never heard of that. How small is it? Where is it?
Sounds like Southeast Asia, maybe?
Yeah,
Boop.
it sounds like a South Pacific island.
Yeah.
Micronesia, part of Oceania. So,
Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
That area.
The South Pacific.
Yeah.
South Pacific.
We don't know a shitting thing about geography.
No, we named a good amount though.
We named a majority.
Yeah.
We named a majority of P countries.
Yeah. Peru, Poland. What did you say again?
Pakistan.
Pakistan, and I said Paraguay.
That's right. We're
and
good.
I said
We're good.
Portugal.
We are the majority.
What?
What?
You want to unpack that, dude?
Well,
no.
when you think about, the breakdown of population in the
Oh my
country of
God.
Canada, where, you know, we're in the majority category of people that live here.
We sure are. And if you take everybody in Canada, we live here. Yeah.
There's only 6 people in Canada.
We're white.
Oh, he said it.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Oh my
It's gonna
God,
be the
Daryl.
second time we've ended on Daryl just.
Wait. Before we end.
Can we make a compilation of every time that Daryl has unnecessarily mentioned race? Like, this is a podcast by a bunch of white guys, and everyone going, no, just tell us that they're doing improv. Hard cut to, I'm now black. Cut to, we're white.
And we're the majority.
Paul, before we end the podcast, you have to tell us about your dream.
Oh, yeah.
What dream is that, Drew?
The penis dream.
I have no idea in hindsight
I honestly
why you
do
wanted
not.
me to tell the dream, because the dream is the most okay, so it was vivid at the time, right?
Yeah.
I had a dream where I was jacking it, right? And I found out, wait a minute, and I grabbed at the base and I pulled, and I didn't meet resistance, and I pulled my dick clean off, like it was like a thing going into like a hole.
Like a samurai sword.
Genuinely, yeah.
Unsheathed your dick.
I unsheathed the dick. Yeah, there was like a hole there, and I remember going, "Whoa!"
Like you have a vagina and you pulled out a double
No,
sided
not a vagina, just a hole.
A hole, okay, but you pulled out a double
Because a vagina is more complicated than that. Sex ed.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a vulva.
Yeah. I didn't have a vulva. I just had like a circular hole.
but you pulled-
and,
you pulled out
and this is important, right? Because I remembered in the dream I was like, well, that's not anatomically. What's even in there? And I remember reaching a finger down in there and like, you know, can you imagine if you like touched a raw nerve?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, ah! Like, I remember going like, huh, okay, never doing that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember just going like, I can't touch that because I could cause damage. Like, what if I never get an erection again? That was my thought dream me had.
Yeah.
And like, there's the Freudian angle to it, by the way. Yeah. Aging. You see what I'm talking about? Daryl and I, we get soft more often now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Do you? I was being facetious, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so yeah, so I remember pulling my dick off and going like, "What are the applications of this?" And I was like, "I can't
The
think."
applications of this.
The implications of the application.
Applications,
Okay.
like what can I do that I couldn't do before with a detachable dick? Couldn't think of a damn thing, so I put my dick back on. I was like, experimentally like rubbing one. It's like, yeah, no, this feels normal. This feels like jacking off, and took it off again. And I was thinking like there's like wetness on the dick from like what was in there. It's gonna get drier over time. And I remember thinking like a Pandora's box, no one person can have this power. I ended the dream by going, I can't. And so I put the fucking dick back in its socket and resolved to never pull it out of the socket again.
Wow.
All right.
You have a lot of willpower.
My dreams have been on fire lately. I love being a vivid dreamer because like so many cool things happen in my dreams. I forget a lot of them like maybe an hour afterwards.
You need a dream journal. You need to write them down.
They're not that cool.
You just raved about them.
I had a stone thought while I was going back to sleep of just like a guy who's trying to convince people that redundancy is a word. And he's trying to, you know how like people like use words that like try to make them more sophisticated?
Yeah.
There's a guy who's like, I'm gonna try and make redundancy.
People are gonna think I'm so
It's
smart.
particularly redundant.
That's dumb. I mean, to be fair, my dreams are not more intelligent. I remember I had a dream where I went to like someone's house party.
Yeah.
In like some sort of like rural area, but it was like a bumpin' house.
Yeah.
And I remember being really like sleepy while there. And I think, you know how you fill out your dreams afterwards? The whole experience that I remember, so this is important. I woke up halfway through the dream and then fell asleep and continued the dream, which is like a really rare
love
thing.
that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that's important that I woke up and did that, because the whole experience front to back was that I went to the party, like did some things, and then when I went back to sleep, I woke up in the dream having woken up from being asleep. And I was like in the host's bed, like just being sleepy. And I was like, oh, that's kind of rude. I guess I like passed out and like asked if I could use their bed or whatever. And I tried to go back and like Here's where things get fuzzy, because I remember, like, walking back to the actual house that the host was having at the party. So I guess my brain disconnected and was like, and their bed was over there in this other house, and I walked back to where the party was, even though the host's bed was in this other fucking house to begin with. And, like, everyone was guffawing that I had, like, fallen asleep during their fucking party.
Like
Amazing.
you were some, like, loser that fell asleep?
Well, it was, like, 3 hours later. And, fucking, like, everyone was like, where were you? And I was like, I fell asleep. And they were like, what? During this party? This fucking awesome party? And... what? Oh?
This place is great!
And the coolest thing I've ever... Does anyone know who Neil Cicierega is? Yeah, so... What I thought was Neil Cicierega was at the party, and this is the coolest aspect of my dream, in my opinion. Myself and my friend Ani were there, and Neil Cicierega was sitting on, like, a chair, and he just looks up at me and was like, hey, I think you're a really cool person, and starts talking to me. And Ani goes in, like, her jokey voice, Neil Cicierega, I'm such a fan of your work, like that sort of thing, because she has that, like, jokey voice. And I remember Neil Cicierega did not even acknowledge her and just, like, kept talking to me, going, like, and it's really awesome, and I'd like you to do a favor for me. And another friend was like, fuck, it's an ad. And like, they flipped on a remote or something like that, and the Neil Cicierega turned into a meshed wireframe.
What?
Whoa!
And it was like a projection or a hologram put into a party that looked perfectly like a person, a famous person, and they were just trying to sell you something. They were like going, you should go to this store and buy something. I really swear by it. And I remember waking up and going, if we had that technology, people would totally do that.
Yeah.
Just like...
Yeah, you get drunk enough, you're having a good time.
Yeah, and you just hear a celebrity or a person you respect saying, you should buy this product, it's really good.
Yeah, and especially with AI, you can take
I was about to
likeness.
say, yeah. And, like, that's already happening in games, where, like, AI will take people's likeness and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, there was a guy who worked on a Call of Duty campaign, and he was a very minor character, a scientist, and it was in his contract that while he was working, his character would not be killable.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, he came back a year later to find that his character, its likeness, was being put into multiplayer matches, and people could mutilate him and stuff like that. And he was like,
So
"What
he's
the fuck?
dying.
It's in my contract." And he like tried suing, and it did not work because while he was working, he could not be killed.
Right.
But they used a likeness of him. And, like, if that doesn't tell you how dystopian the fucking world of digital media is, I don't know what does.
Yeah, that shit about the WGA, the studios trimming those trees. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that,
That's
yeah.
so fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you
is-
could be like, well, you know, like, they're in a pretty privileged position, and you know, like, they're really lucky to be in that situation at all. Why are they complaining? And then you see that tree shit, and you're like, no.
What
I
tree
didn't
shit?
see
What are you
it,
talking
yeah.
about?
So,
So the WGA is on strike.
and SAG-AFTRA now.
Actors
Yeah.
are on strike.
Yeah, and like it was for some really good before I was just thinking it was like about like wages and like they haven't risen with demand. No, it turns out that in the last like 3 years, major studios have completely gotten rid of the writing room.
Yeah.
You just write on your own in your own place.
Yeah.
They've changed the rules on like writing like a script for a series from it's your job until the series is over to it's a gig for this one piece of writing.
Yeah.
Which means
This
that
one scene, this one
Yeah.
episode, this... Yeah.
Exactly. So they don't pay you benefits, and they also can pay you way less.
Yeah.
Like the person who, I think the person who wrote like one episode of She-Hulk and also wrote the Pickle Rick episode of fucking Rick and Morty, neat,
wow.
got paid fucking $400 for their script for She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Really?
$400.
Yeah, and they don't get royalties for streaming, and that's how most writers used to make their living. Is that like if they rerun an episode that you got a little bit of money because like it's like they playing your song on the radio basically, but with streaming that they're like no, let's
There's so many things that they've just gotten rid of in past years. So it's not like we're fighting to like make sure this keeps up. They're fighting to get their rights back that were taken away.
Yeah, let alone all the AI fuckery that's happening.
Yeah,
right now.
and did you see the leaked emails from the high up people in like I think it was Time Warner who were like, in October, they're all going to be homeless and without money anyway, so they're all going to come back for even shittier pay, and that's what we're aiming for, or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was
we,
bad.
They'll
And
bleed
then,
up
like,
faster than we do, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, and the fucking, like, they start, like, complaining about, like, oh man, these are tough times, and we, you know, like, it's business, we have to cut costs, and, like, consistently the entertainment industry has completely outperformed the American
Right.
economy, and people who make the art that they're selling are getting, like, zero.
Yeah.
They're done.
It's bad. So, if you get approached, if the strike hasn't ended yet, and you get approached somehow during your job to do writing for a major company that would normally do like hire from the Writers Guild or SAG-AFTRA, no fucking writing, dude. Don't cross that picket line. This I feel very passionate about.
Yeah. Oh, the tree thing. They knew that the writers and actors now would be picketing on a certain street, and they trimmed the trees even in a way that made the trees die. Because they cut down all the leaves so that the picketers wouldn't have shade.
And it was like 90 degrees in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like the day before, the 2 days before, or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was scummy to the highest extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get on this topic again?
The tree thing.
Yeah, how do we get
on
onto
AI?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dystopian shit that's happening right now. We're at a turning point, and it is really, like, it's weird. When I was young, I was like, I want to be like a game designer or a voice actor or an actor or something like that. It is a terrible time to go into mainstream entertainment. Legitimately, the stuff we're doing right now is the better stuff to go into.
Yeah.
And I'd rather our stuff get less views, but like be made legitimately where like, we all know we get paid fairly because we all decide our payment because we have a weekly meeting where we go over the numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not big pay anyways.
Yeah.
But for me, I want to get big.
Yeah.
I want to get real cash.
Yeah.
And that's why you're crossing that picket line.
That's what
I'm
I
climb
cut
the ladder.
those trees with my drones.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.